We're back. You're watching America Trends, where we cover all the hot topics of the day, including in this studio in Southern California. It's warm. I'm Barry Nussbaum. I'm keeping this couch warm for the one, the only Dr. G. She's going to be joining us in this segment from the road somewhere in Middle America. Our poll question today: which Trump child had the best speech at the Republican National Convention? Donald Jr., Ivanka, Tiffany, or Eric? Remember to vote in the poll. So just a little hint, I was thinking for sure it was Donnie Jr., and then the next day up comes Ivanka and just blew me away. Oh my gosh. There's some kids there that I'm telling you are the future of American politics. I think somebody said you can tell what kind of person the adult is when you look at their children, because the children are a reflection of how they were raised and the image of who they looked up to. And Donald J. Trump should be very, very proud of those children. You can see there's some real love in that family, and I'm looking forward to see who you think is going to be our next politician coming out of that family. I'm not voting right now for a dynasty, but I can tell you that one of those kids, or maybe two, are going somewhere. It's not like they need a job. They're working in the Trump organization. I think, as one of the kids said last night, they've hung drywall, they've painted, they've worked with the electricians, and quite frankly, now they're executives. We're getting Dr. Gina right now. I guess she's in the motorhome on the road home from Cleveland. I'm dying to hear what she has to say about the convention. I want to know what she has to say about Trump's speech. And if we're lucky, she's going to tell us what it's like to hang out with Sean Hannity and Fox and Friends. I think we have a video. Can we see that video that we were going to see this morning? I woke up to seeing Dr. Gina on Fox and Friends out of New York, and it's a delight to see my good friend Gina, famous for the rest of the country. We're going to have that for you in a minute. And in the meantime, we're trying to get Gina on with us to give us her feedback.
I think it's so good that he pointed out how he really is, you know, while Hillary Clinton's message is always going to be all about victimization and identity politics and the whole poor me thing, Donald Trump spelled out tonight that his message to the American people is that he's for me, that he wants us all to be as rich as he is. I think that's a great message, especially when you contrast it with the Democrats' continued and tired old message of we're going to spend more money when we've already doubled the debt, right, to $19 trillion. We're going to, do all the same old tired policies that haven't worked in the past, haven't brought anybody out of poverty, haven't improved our educational status, and haven't really helped anybody. There's no accomplishment Hillary can talk about and say that she's actually done. While you have Donald Trump, who has created so many jobs and wants to do the same thing for our country.
Boy, does she look good? And we might actually have her live. Are we going to have Gina? We're trying to get her. That was her this morning. Last night, after the convention was over, after Donald Trump's speech was over, after the wrap-up, they turn on Sean Hannity, and who's sitting next to Sean? Our own Dr. Gina, giving her analysis of everything she saw. As you can tell, she's very enamored with how Trump did in the last couple days, how the kids did, and how well the platform was being presented to everyone that was there. A couple nights ago, you may have been watching, she was literally in the front row with John, her husband, listening to Mike Pence's speech, and then I think it was Eric's speech. And do we have Gina's ready? We'll ask her ourselves. There you are!
Hey, Barry.
The fabulous Dr. G.
Happy post-GOP convention.
Have you gone to bed yet?
No, and it's really unbelievable to me that this day has gone to where I still have not slept. I wasn't even making sense when I did my Fox hit this morning, and I'm probably even making less sense about now.
Oh, stop it. I watched it this morning. You were great. Listen, I'm going to make you embarrassed a little bit. I can't believe how many times you were on national television with really big hits this week. You were all over Fox. So you'll never say it, so I'm just going to ask you, What's it like hobbing and nobbing with Sean Hannity and all the other bigwigs at Fox?
Oh, well, I just see them as people, Barry. I was pretty honored when I got to hobnob with you the other night. I had a great bottle of wine with you and your beautiful wife and your gorgeous home with your great dogs and your beautiful children. I like people, and so I love hanging out with whoever I believe I respect. People like you who've established businesses, and you're just like a mini Donald Trump to me. And people like Sean Hannity, who's at the top of his game in television and still pretty humble about it. So everybody's cool. It's all good.
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you very much. That's very sweet, and I know Denise will be thankful as well. Let me ask you this. Can we talk politics? Are any brain cells still functioning?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Okay. So how bad did Ted Cruz mess up his future with that speech? Talk to me about that.
He's done.
Was that his resignation speech?
That he's done. There was political suicide. Donald Trump was gracious enough, big enough to give Ted Cruz a platform that he showed us he couldn't even handle. It shows me that Donald Trump is an amazing judge of character. I think you were the first one that pointed out that fact, and that, I was really wrong about him. I really thought there was more to Ted Cruz than that. I am dumbfounded, but even more amazed with Donald Trump's ability to read people, to predict how well they'll do when they are given responsibility. I think he told us that Ted Cruz was not a truthful person. I didn't really believe it. But Ted Cruz signed a pledge and said that he would support the nominee. And then Ted Cruz told Mr. Trump hours before he was to speak that he was going to honor his word. And he chose not to. It's not about Ted Cruz's wife or Ted Cruz's father. This is about we the people in America. This is about uniting our party. This is about the future of my children, too. This is not about Ted Cruz, but he proved in one moment that to him this was always 100% all about Ted Cruz, and I'm glad to know.
And you know what? I think you're 100% right, and don't be surprised if you never hear from him again on the national stage. I think he's toast.
Done.
Gina, we got to wrap it. Have a safe drive. Tell John to keep it under 55 and be safe. We'll see you on Monday.
Keep it under 55, John Loudon. We'll do it, Barry. God bless you guys. Thanks
More
for having
American
me.
Trends coming up next. Please go vote in our poll and let us know what you think. We're going to tell you right after the break.